What is up, everyone? It's a broadcast from a cemetery. Just been thinking about all these people who walk the earth. And when we're gone, maybe we get a little monument. Or maybe we don't. I've been thinking about that. Been thinking about what do I want to happen to my body when I'm no longer here. What I'd like to do is just Obi-Wan Kenobi, enjoying with the Force. Take my body with me. Transfigure. That's the goal. On my 100th birthday, I'd like to just transfigure and be like, peace out. But, there are all these dogmas about, death and burial and when it has to happen. And I'm at a stage in my life that I know I'm not going to live forever. It's even hard for me to say. I had, growing up, a lot of people die young in my life. My friend Kara, she died in Africa. She got hit by a car. My best friend Ron, he went snowboarding off a mountain. I had a camper, a friend, Casey, who was shot by his best friend because they were young kids playing with a rifle and not really trained in gun safety. So when I was very young, I saw a lot of young people die. And I'm not really focusing on death, really. I'm just looking at all these people back here. They're still taking up space, which is fine. Some of these people have been buried here since the 1800s. And I thought about, this is the ultimate ego trip right here. I'm no longer in this world, but I am leaving a monument to myself. And based on how much money you have, when you leave, you can leave a bigger, better monument. Maybe if you don't have that much money, maybe your headstone wears away and your name is erased from it over time. But I always like coming to a graveyard to find quiet and peace. And I realize that we all end up here eventually. But I'm not here yet. I mean, I'm here, but I'm not in the ground yet. So I was just thinking about this, and I was raised Roman Catholic, and I think they have some rules about whether or not you can be cremated. I don't know. I always liked the idea of cremation. Ever since I saw some Buddhist monks do sand sculpture, and then they, when they're done with the sand sculpture, they just sweep it all up. It takes all this work, all this effort to build it. And then at the end, they just sweep it up. And when they did it in my hometown, they threw it into the Genesee River. And I always thought, it'd be cool to, just become dust in the wind, dude. Kind of like Bill and Ted when they're talking to Socrates. So, I don't know. What do you think? Should you leave a monument and take up space to yourself, or should you be cremated and become dust in the wind and have your ashes scattered maybe in some of your favorite places that you hung out on? For me, I would probably have some of my ashes scattered over at Canisius Lake. Spent so many great summers at Camp Stella Maris. I think I would have some scattered on Stottle Road where I grew up. You know, that was my youth. Probably have some of my ashes scattered at the Ralph, you know. And then maybe I would have my ashes scattered places I didn't get to go, but wanted loved ones, like my daughter or my grandkids. Maybe they could take me to Mount Everest. Maybe I'll get there, but maybe I won't. Oh, definitely I'd love to have some of my ashes scattered in Boulder Creek. I felt like at home when I lived out there, and you know, I feel like where else did I just love being? Well, I love being here right now, even though it's with a bunch of people who are great listeners. These guys are all great listeners over here, like SF Green. SF really likes to listen to me. And what about this? Louis Vaughn. He's always listening to me. And the great thing is, I don't even have to open my mouth when I'm walking here. They're of thought. They're of a higher plane. Though I doubt they're hanging out here. Because they got infinity, eternity. So, hey, I'm on this journey, and I'm at a phase now in my life where I can see the end. It's still not, I'm kind of midway, I hope. I'm shooting for 100, but I don't think when I'm 100, I'm going to have a gravestone. So, hey, talk about this if you want. If not, I hope you were somewhat entertained. Later. Is this thing on?